Welcome to this week's Autumn Journal Reflection. As we journey through this season of surrender, I invite you to pause, breathe, and create a sacred space for yourself. Whether you're listening while taking a quiet walk, sitting in your favorite corner at home, or finding a moment between the busyness of your day, know that this time is yours to reconnect with your deepest self and with the divine. This week, we'll be exploring prayerfulness, allowing it to gently guide our thoughts, prayers, and intentions. As you listen and later reflect in your journal, remember that this practice isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about honoring the unique path God has designed specifically for you. So settle in, open your heart, and let's begin this week's journey together. Your authentic voice and honest reflections matter deeply, not just to your own growth, but to the beautiful tapestry of purpose you're co-creating with your Creator to bring to the world. Week 8, Prayerfulness. Autumn invites us into a deeper rhythm of communion with the divine. As the world grows quieter and the sacred pace naturally slows, we find ourselves with more space for the soul conversations that feed our deepest longings. The long summer days of doing give way to autumn evenings of holy being still in the presence of mystery, being present to love's whispers, being held by the one who orchestrates every season with tender sovereignty. Prayerfulness is more than the prayers that flow from our lips. It is the sacred posture of our hearts throughout the day, a continuous opening to the invisible realm where heaven touches earth. It's living with our spiritual ears attuned to heaven's frequency, ready to receive guidance that comes on wings of grace, comfort that wraps around us like light, correction offered in love, or simply the sweet presence of our Creator breathing through our being. In autumn's contemplative embrace, prayer becomes as natural as breathing, as essential as the rhythm of our heartbeat. The golden light filtering through bare branches feels like visible grace made manifest, each ray a love letter from the divine. Observations of seasonal living. The quieter rhythms of autumn create natural space for deeper prayer. Prayerfulness transforms ordinary activities into acts of worship. God speaks through seasons, circumstances, and the gentle whispers of His Spirit. The most profound prayers often happen in moments of simple awareness. Sensory notes. Texture. The gentle weight of folded and opened hands during prayer. Sound. The quiet whisper of soul conversations and wind through prayer trees. Scent, the sacred smell of candlelight and the earthy incense of autumn air. Feeling, the deep peace of being heard and the tender warmth of divine presence. Can we talk about prayer for a minute? I know this can be such a tender thing to discuss because prayer is so unique and personal to each of us. What works for you might look completely different from what works for me, and that's totally okay. But prayer is such a powerful practice that truly changes how we walk through life. So it's something I love to talk about. Prayer has always been a part of my life, from prayers with my parents from my very beginning until this very moment. But here's what's interesting. Through all the years and seasons, the way I prayed has changed so much. Where it used to be more filled with requests, these days it's become less about the asking and so much more about the relationship itself. You know that scripture that says, pray without ceasing? It used to feel like such an impossible idea to me. Like, how in the world do you pray constantly in and out of your day? But I understand it more these days. My husband always jokes that we've had this ongoing conversation since the day we met. And it's true. And that's exactly how I feel about communicating with God, my Creator. There's no pressure of, I need to spend time in prayer, like it's this separate thing I have to check off my list. It's more like, I don't ever not want to be in communication with Him. It's become as natural as breathing, this constant awareness that He's there and I can talk to Him about anything, anytime. And here's the beautiful part. I don't feel like I have to explain myself or show up in a certain way. I'm totally loved and seen by the God who formed me and breathed life into me. That changes everything about how I approach Him. Prompts to prayerfully process. Prayerfulness is an invitation to live with our hearts continually open to God, not just in designated prayer times, but woven throughout the fabric of our days. This autumn season, with its natural call to contemplation, offers beautiful opportunities to deepen our conversation with the one who loves us beyond measure. How is God inviting you to deeper conversation in this season? What prayers are rising from your heart as the year draws toward its close? Where do you most clearly hear God's voice speaking to your soul? Season of now. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed for a few minutes. Light a candle if you have one, or simply sit in whatever light is available. Let your breathing slow and deepen. Begin by simply sitting in God's presence. You don't need to say anything or ask for anything. Just rest in the truth that you are completely known and completely loved. If words come, speak them softly. If silence feels right, embrace it. There's no wrong way to be with God. Place your hands gently over your heart and listen. What is your soul wanting to share with your Creator today? What do you sense Him wanting to share with you? Natural observation. Even in autumn's preparation for rest, there's a prayerful quality to how nature moves, purposeful but unhurried, intentional but peaceful. The earth seems to exhale gratitude for the harvest while breathing in trust for the winter ahead. What do you notice in the season surrounding you in this moment? Describe what you see outside your window, what you feel on your skin, what you hear in the air. If this moment could become a prayer, what would your heart want to say to God? Where do you sense God's presence most clearly in your daily life? What would it look like to live this day as an ongoing conversation with Him? Sacred awareness. Sacred pauses. When did you feel most connected to God this week? What prayer has been echoing in your heart lately? Divine details. How is God speaking to you through small moments and quiet whispers? What ordinary activities felt like acts of worship this week? Spirit's movement. What is shifting in your prayer life as you enter this contemplative season? How is your relationship with God deepening through prayerful living? Sacred spaces. Where do you feel most able to connect with God in prayer? What space in your life feels like a sanctuary for sacred conversation? 90 Days of Intention, Week 8. Growth. How did I practice living prayerfully throughout my days this week? Reflection. What is God teaching me about Himself through our conversations? Celebration. How will I honor the gift of constant access to divine presence? The God that designed and formed you knows you better than you know yourself. Your Creator planted the seeds of His image uniquely in you and desires to co-labor with you in revealing the beauty of His goodness and mercy in the world. He desires to walk with you through every season and is faithful to complete what He started in you.